evidence of the existence of Wendigo, a ravenous, cannibalistic creature from the native folklore known for stalking and terrorizing the unsuspecting campers, much like these ones. Who had no idea this creature was gonna get inside his camp. What became of the camper afterwards? No one knows. But now, everyone knows that creatures such as Wendigo could very much exist, and one should beware of them while camping in national parks. Dark Black Witch. Nightly strolls often take unexpected turns, especially when you take one through the middle of the forest, much like this next one. That was straight out of a nightmare. A dark creature sat in the middle of the path, but it wasn't sitting idly though. Nope.
What the hell?
It was eating something. The frightening part? It was eating it raw. Yep, like it had just caught this unsuspecting thing, whatever it was. Now, to make it even more scary, a closer look revealed it to be a human-like figure, sitting on all fours, just like a witch of some sort. While the guy disturbed its dinner, good for him, it paid no heed to him and continued with eating. Was this some sort of a ritual? Or was this witch just that hungry? You tell us.
What the hell?
Strange alien in woods. Out on a hike through the forest. This man probably ventured too deep into the woods, that he ended up running into something truly bizarre. It looked like this alien-like creature was just waiting for this guy to turn here so that he could play peek-a-boo with him, which he did and scared this guy to his bones. The alien's giant head, black hollow eyes. It was a frightening sight. But even more than that was the fact that it was about to touch the guy before the footage stopped. Did it turn out to be another alien abduction? Or did the guy made out of this encounter okay? No one knows for sure, but let's hope he did not become another statistic. Skinwalker invaded site. A fun camping bonfire night took a terrifying turn when campers found themselves face to face with a monstrous creature. Laughing and singing along, these guys had no clue. A creepy monster was waiting in the dark to catch them off guard. After hearing a strange, unsettling noise just along the tree line, a creature lunged out of the shadows before anyone could react. Part human, part beast. This creature was hairless and seemed to have 5 limbs as it made its way towards these guys. Panic set in as the group noticed its presence, but by that time, it was already too late as they scampered off. Did they make out okay or not? That still remains a mystery, but for their sake, let's hope they did.
Alexis?
Shit.
Glowing Eyes Monster. These hikers were hiking in the middle of the night through the dark forest when they ran into someone, or better yet, something that froze them in fear before they quickly ran away. At first, everything happened so quickly, it was hard to notice what it was, but as the camera zoomed in on the creature,
Ahoy! Welcome to the Devil's Sea!
Its glowing eyes were the most distinctive feature, along with its large head. But due to its sickly look, there were a few who believed it to be something else entirely. Nahual. Late one night, on an empty, winding road in rural Mexico, these guys were coming back from a nearby town when their lights illuminated something strange in the distance.
Eso es un hombre. Se está convirtiendo. Ese es, payaso.
What they thought to be just an urban legend turned out to be true, because in front of them was the legendary Nahual, a creature from the Mesoamerican mythology. Now, initially it looked like an ordinary person, but soon it took the shape of an animalistic figure that walked on all fours. It seemed to be moving slowly, yet it didn't crawl towards them. Good for them, because who knows what might have happened? It did.
¿A dónde nos metimos a meter? ¿A dónde nos venimos a meter? ¡Ey, vente, 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 vente! ¿A dónde venimos a meternos?
Strange cryptid spotted. A group of friends were enjoying a relaxing weekend, sitting beside their RV when all of a sudden a strange creature joined in on their festivities. As they were filming their whole experience, all of a sudden they noticed something sitting on the top of their RV.
Mikey, get it. You guys are letting me there to die?
It was a strange cryptid that disappeared as soon as it realized it had been caught spying on the group. Safe to say, the guys packed up and left, not wanting this creature spying on them another visit. This time, it was during the day. Who knows what it could have done during the night, right? Red eyes on the lake. 3 friends were enjoying a chill night camping at their usual spot by the lake, just like another trip. Little did they know they were in for one heck of a night they will be remembering forever, as something freaky was about to happen.
I think it's... What's what, Bradley?
Seriously, guys, there's something I seriously saw something.
The footage is dark and grainy, but in the distance, just beyond the firelight, a pair of red eyes can be seen staring back at them. The group didn't notice at first, but when they did, that's when things went south, and panic set in.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Oh, crap.
What was it lurking out there? It disappeared before they could get a closer look. Was it an animal, or was it something far more sinister, stalking them in the night?
Dude, if you don't jump, it's gonna get you. You have to jump.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh! Go!
Dogman caught in Brazil. While strolling through the woods in the middle of the night in Brazil, this guy ran into something straight out of legend. The Dogman, a cryptid with a body like a human, but the head of a dog or a wolf. The creature emerged from within the trees, its eyes glowing in the flashlight. It did nothing except to stare at the guy, unblinking. Could this be a real Dogman sighting? Evidence of a creature long whispered about in the shadows? Or is there another explanation? Tell us what you guys think. Bizarre squid-like cryptid.
I'll drop it today. You never see anything.
Near the Amazon rainforest, a hole opened up, but that was not the strange part. The fact that it wasn't empty, but rather home to a freakish cryptid, sent shockwaves down the internet. At first glance, it looked like a squid, but the way it moved with its strange, elongated tentacles and dark skin covered in mud gave it an otherworldly appearance.
I'll drop it today. You never see anything.
Some believed it to be some kind of alien life form, while others claimed it was something entirely different, which, frankly, made it all the more creepy. Chupacabra in Texas. Did Texas just uncover the remains of something legendary?
They got into his cousin's barn, and they thought maybe it was a rodent tearing stuff up. They had no idea. They had never seen it.
The locals in Texas were stunned after finding a bizarre, hairless body of something they never thought would turn out to be real.
The front legs seem to be a little bit longer than a typical coyote. I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it a chupacabra too.
For years, the chupacabra tales have been passed around, but now this shocking discovery could bring it to life. Is this strange find finally the proof we had all been waiting for? While some believe that to be the case, there were others who claimed it was just a hybrid animal, a strange cross between a coyote and a hairless dog. But even that sounded a bit far-fetched, no? Tell us your theories about what this thing could be.
The front legs seem to be a little bit longer than a typical coyote. I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it a chupacabra too.
Strange creature on roof. If I ever stepped outside my house and saw this creature perched on the roof, I would definitely freeze for a moment. This strange bird-like creature was completely featherless, with its black eyes staring right at the guy filming it. While some people claimed it was just an owl without its feathers, you know, there were a few who believed it to be something else entirely. Which begs the question then, what actually was this thing? And if it can sit on the roof like it owns the place, who's to say it can't get inside? How scary would that be? Right? Giant black hairy Sasquatch. While these campers enjoyed a calm, quiet night in their camps, they had no clue their camping site was about to be invaded by none other than a giant black creature. Straight out of their nightmares. This Sasquatch came right up to their camp and scared the heck out of them. This unsettling sight left them wondering what was this creature doing so close to them, and how could it exist in real life? This shadowy presence caught on camera was terrifying to say the least, but these guys would remember this experience for the rest of their lives, that's for sure. Skinwalker spotted on.
Please welcome an absolutely new Crossout, a free-to-play multiplayer action game about battles in cool vehicles in a post-apocalyptic world. In the new update, the game has been globally redesigned. Next-generation graphics, advanced physics, complete immersion in fierce battles, and indescribable feelings from controlling armed and swift armored vehicles. It's a Crossout you've never seen before. Assemble your own tracked catapult with rocket launchers, or sports car with laser guns on hovers from hundreds of parts. Fight other players in breathtaking raids, or sweaty slugfests against enormous bosses. Crossout is now fully charged. All gunshot effects have become cooler, and enemies discorporate into dozens of parts when destroyed. Tired of the brown nuclear wasteland? In Crossout, you will encounter dozens of diverse maps with acid lakes, bottomless mines, neon megapolises, and destructible buildings. Download Crossout for free on crossout.net. Also available on PlayStation and Xbox.
Llega la semana Hogar Smart a las Blue Weeks de Movistar. Solo esta semana llévate lo último para tu hogar desde 0 euros.
Madre mía, la que tenéis aquí montada. Cafeteras y una freidora.
Es un air fryer.
Air fryer. Que jod... Solo falta una aspiradora.
Road. Late at night, on a quiet, deserted road, a driver came across something that sent chills down his spine. A man standing on the side of the road. But it wasn't just any man. As soon as the man moved, he quickly took another shape. A dog, to be specific. Yep, it was a skinwalker in flesh. Right before this driver. So, what did he do? Well, he quickly sped away as soon as his self-preservation instinct kicked in. And good for him that it did. Otherwise, who knows what this skinwalker had planned for this guy, right? Strange creature walking. In the middle of the night, in an open field. This trail camera ended up capturing a terrifying yet an intriguing sight. A tall, strange creature walking on all fours. Its pale body stood out against the dark background of the night as it slowly moved across the field. Now some believed it was the legendary rake, while others claimed it was a skinwalker. The debate is still going on with no concrete answer to what this creature actually was. The terrifying fact is that it's still out there. So beware of this part of the woods then, right? Better safe than sorry. Elf hidden behind a tree. Ever wondered if those pointy-eared creatures from fairy tales known as elves were real or not? Well, after this next clip, you may become a believer. This man was hiking through the woods and recording his adventure when all of a sudden he heard something move behind a tree. And there it was, a tiny head peeking from behind a tree.
Estoy sintiendo mucho ruido. ¿Qué pasó? Mira.
Its distinctive pointy ears were visible in the daylight. Never did he imagine he would one day catch a glimpse of a real-life elf hiding away in the woods. Does that mean these creatures really do exist and have been hiding in the deep woods? Or was it just another trick being played here?
Estoy sintiendo mucho ruido. Mira.
Terrifying scene. These campers stumbled upon a scene that looked like it was a film set of a horror movie. Either something sinister was at play here, or someone was playing an elaborate prank on these guys. There were mannequins everywhere dressed in different clothes. One was even on a ladder, and each was part of a different setup. While all this looked suspicious, can't help but admire the thought process that went into creating this. They did one heck of a job. Strange alien-like creature. In a strange turn of events, this man was taking a walk through the woods in the middle of the day when he stumbled upon something under the pile of fallen branches and leaves. As it wasn't moving, whatever it was, he dared to get a closer look. It was a small, frail alien-like creature which appeared to be lifeless.
See in the distance there? Is that him?
Its pale body had thin, spindly limbs, along with the characteristic large head and pointy ears. But the million-dollar question was what may have happened that it ended up this way? Who or what was responsible for this? And does that mean aliens really do exist and have been amongst us all along?
See in the distance there? Is that him?
Creepy rake on a tree. There are many reasons not to take a stroll in the woods in the middle of the night, and if you still don't listen to me, I'm pretty sure this next clip will change your mind, for sure. While out and about at night, this guy was hiking through the woods, blissfully unaware of the dark presence that was just waiting for him.
Oh God.
Hanging from a tree, no less. A terrifying rake. Legend has it these rakes are nightmarish creatures stalking and preying on the unsuspecting wandering through the woods. While some people believe these creatures don't attack unless provoked, there have been people claiming some do out of malice. Good for this guy that he didn't wait to find out which category this rake belonged to.
Oh God.
Shapeshifter on deserted road. Late one night, a group of friends were passing through a deserted road on Navajo reservation land when they spotted something strange on the side of the road. It was a lonesome figure which appeared to take a different shape as they drew closer. Initially, what looked human-like soon turned out to be a weird creature walking on all fours as it crossed the road. The guys didn't dare take a closer look as fear washed over them, and they ran for their lives. Now, Navajo folklore is filled with these notorious skinwalkers and shapeshifters that possess supernatural abilities, taking the form of any animal. Better keep that in mind the next time you pass through the Navajo reservation land. Bigfoot on biking trail. One quiet afternoon, a biker was cruising through the dense forest trail, the only sounds being the rustle of the leaves and his bike. As he rounded a bend, something massive caught his eye. A towering figure stood motionless beside a tree.
Holy!
At first, he thought it was just a trick of a light or something, but later, he realized the figure wasn't just big, it was colossal. and covered in dark, matted fur. Turns out it was the infamous Bigfoot. It was a good instinct that the biker sped on and didn't stop to get a better look. Who knows, this giant creature might not have been so merciful then.
Holy
Creature in the woods. In the hush of the night, a group of hikers stumbled upon something that would haunt them for the rest of their lives. Although it was small, this strange creature was aggressive no less. It had a weirdly shaped head and thin, frail body, yet the way it moved, it was fast. The real question though is, was this some sort of an unknown creature? Or was someone playing a very elaborate prank on these guys? Tell us what you guys think happened here. Sasquatch caught on camera. Late one night, a security camera caught sight of something bizarre and unexpected. This creature not only got out of the woods, but also found this camera and seemed to be quite curious about it. A Sasquatch. Its face was all covered in matted hair as it stared at the camera, unblinking. Turns out it started visiting the guy quite often as he started to put out food and milk for Thai fella. Not sure whether that was a good idea. As Sasquatch are not known for their friendly nature, you know. And the way it stared down the camera, it definitely did not give off a friendly vibe. So, what exactly was happening here? Humanoid interrupted. A live stream. During what started as a live stream in the woods, the unthinkable happened. Something caught the eye of the streamer behind the trees that sent chills down his spine.
What are you watching you on the bag?
It was a weird humanoid that disappeared as quickly as it appeared, leaving behind a ton of questions as the man immediately packed up his things, fearing for his life, obviously. Now, what was that thing? Some sort of a cryptid, Bigfoot, or Dogman? The debate still goes on. But tell us, what are your theories regarding in the comment section down below?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ghostly apparition. A father was enjoying his time with...
Hola, soy Antonio Lobato. ¿Quieres saber cuánto vale tu coche? Visita compramostucoche.es. Introduce los datos y recibe tu oferta rápidamente. Como una parada en boxes. Y en una sucursal, lo vendes. Yo te lo recomiendo. Consigue tu oferta ahora en compramostucoche.es.
Cubo de cerca, cubo de lejos. Prueba el original con el segundo cubo a mitad de precio. Pollo, pollo.
With his kid dancing around the bonfire when the camera ended up recording something that defied all logic and explanation. It seemed a ghostly figure appeared near the baby.
Míralo, míralo, mi papá bailando con mira, mira.
Its translucent hand reaching out as if it wanted to hold the child. At first, the family didn't think of much, but then their dog began to growl, which alerted them that something was wrong. And then the baby itself began to point in a certain direction, as if he could see it. The family was terrified to know that they had caught something sinister on camera. A demon, or a wandering spirit perhaps. Whatever it was not friendly to say the least. Bigfoot, in abandoned cave. Deep in the wilderness, an enormous cave nestled within the mountains became the site of a shocking discovery. As the explorers entered the cave, they caught sight of something moving, and there it was, standing in the shadows, a huge Bigfoot, standing at almost 10 feet tall. Its body was covered in thick black hair, and its face was strikingly ape-like, with a deep set of eyes that seemed to watch them with unsettling intelligence. Guess it was watching them, as there was another one with him as well. A small one though. Maybe it was protecting it, or maybe they both were about to tag team them. Who knows? Except that this cave was now off limits. Night Marcher in Hawaii. During a grueling 100-mile race in the rugged terrain of Oahu, Hawaii, runner Kay Borlees had an encounter that left her with chills and lingering questions, as midway through the challenging path, she unknowingly crossed paths with what the locals believed to be the Night Marcher, an ominous Hawaiian spirit known to be the ghost of an ancient warrior. According to her, she got goosebumps when she realized what was staring at her from a distance. To this day, she has no clue what it was exactly. A night marcher, a restless spirit, or something else entirely. So many questions, and no answers yet. Werewolf. A spine-chilling footage started circulating recently, showing what appears to be a mysterious creature prowling the streets of Guadalupe in Reconquista, Argentina. Sitting on all fours, hunched over, in the middle of the street, was a canine-shaped creature which locals were convinced was a real werewolf or lobazon, as the cryptid is known in Argentinian folklore. While it did nothing, its dark aura was frightening enough, as no one dared to get a closer look to confirm whether that was truly a werewolf or something else. Theories range from misidentified wildlife to an unknown identity haunting the night. Tiny forest guardian.
This the spot. Nah, come back out.
Tales of mysterious little people have been passed down through generations who claim they once walked among us. This guy couldn't believe his luck when he came across one in real life, hiding inside this tree. These beings are said to guard the deep secrets of nature, hidden only in places they know. Many Native Americans have their lore about these enigmatic creatures, like the people of Wyoming speak of Nimerigar, an aggressive race of small, fierce people, while the Catawba Indians of South Carolina share stories of Yahasari, the wild little people.
This the spot. Nah, come back out.
Now, which category this little guy belonged to, we don't know, as the guy didn't wait to find out, and went along his merry way after filming it. Giant pale creature. Late one night, a hiker's peaceful midnight stroll through the woods took a terrifying turn as he encountered something nightmarish. A giant pale creature was standing in the middle of the road. It was like he manifested from thin air, its presence looming large and creepy. The figure was humanoid, but far too tall with skin that looked almost translucent. But with those long limbs and blank, ghostly face, gave off an eerie, otherworldly presence. Though no one knows what exactly was this creature, and more importantly, what did it want? Clouds, and surprisingly, it blended right in, and then something really unexpectedly happened. The hitting object must be a UFO, and I think watching the UFO and the clouds interacting could mean they're using some seriously high-tech stuff, like messing with the atmosphere or using cloaking devices.
While flying over the coastline on a beautiful sunny day, a person records a mysterious structure that might actually change everything we thought we knew about this world, and it might actually unravel ancient ruins and pyramids that were found underneath the surface of the ocean that are possibly older than any other civilization that ever existed. Not only that, there's possibly a huge cover-up to hide the existence of these ancient ruins. From mysterious places that defy common sense, to unexplained alien-like structures and underwater ancient ruins, in this video we'll be taking a look at the most mysterious places that should not exist. Are you guys ready? Well, let's go. Now, when it comes to mysterious places on this planet, the ocean is full of them. The only problem is that usually recording these locations is often nearly impossible due to the harsh, unforgiving conditions. Now, given that we've only explored about 20% of the ocean, there's so much about it that we don't know. Stories of underwater civilizations such as Atlantis, or alien-like creatures that inhabit our lakes and oceans, spark endless speculations about what really hides deep within our planet.
What is that, bud?
What the heck?
What is that, bud?
I have no clue.
Wow, they're videotaping it as well, hey? Yeah, look at that.
What the heck?
What is this?
On October 8th, an internet account by the name of Pasalo65 was flying over the Gulf of Mexico when all of a sudden he spots this massive structure under the surface of the ocean. He does what most people would do, he gets his camera and begins recording this mysterious structure, and this is what he saw. While flying over the Gulf of Mexico, Pasalo65 spots what appears to be a pyramid-shaped structure just off the coast of Yucatan. After posting the video to TikTok, it amasses millions of views and thousands of comments, and some people think that this is just an optical illusion. However, if we decrease the saturation and increase the contrast of the video, we can clearly see that it's not just one pyramid that we're looking at. It seems as if there are more pyramid-shaped structures, and most internet users seem to agree. Now, whatever's going on here, this does not look like a coincidence or an optical illusion. So I started researching the topic and I came across several articles that state that in 2001, a team of explorers that were working off the coast of Cuba came across sunken pyramids that they supposedly found using sophisticated sonar equipment. Strange, isn't it? But here are things take an even stranger turn. Paulina Zelinsky and her husband, which were part of this team of explorers, stated that these pyramids were about 6,000 years old, which would be older than the Egyptian pyramids. And if this is the case, it would possibly change everything we thought we knew about the past.
Macarones y Anjin es tu nuevo descubrimiento. Es la esencia de Canarias, es exotismo.
Not only that, they also hypothesize that there was a land bridge between Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula, which makes us wonder if there's a huge complex of underwater ruins that remain untouched in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, if all of this weren't strange enough, it gets even stranger. These team of explorers were featured in many different websites on December 2001, and after that, it goes silent. There is absolutely no information, no follow-up, nothing. It's as if this team of explorers never existed. In other words, it could be fake, or it was covered up for some mysterious reason. Now, this wouldn't be the first time a pyramid is discovered under the ocean. In 1987, divers discovered a mysterious rock formation off the coast of Yonaguni in Japan. With its stepped terraces, sharp angles, and flat surfaces, this strange structure led many to believe it could be the remains of an ancient man-made city, possibly 5,000 years old. However, to this day, the true origin of the Yonaguni monument remains a mystery. Some think it's a natural geological formation, while others debate that it could be the remains of a lost civilization. But it doesn't stop there. In 2007, researchers discovered a mysterious stone formation at the bottom of Lake Michigan, now referred to as the Lake Michigan Stonehenge. With its large arranged stone resembling the famous Stonehenge in England, this underwater structure led many to speculate about its origin. Among the stones is one with an ancient carving of a mastodon, suggesting that it could date back over 10